Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read an article from Fox News, and for the human reviewer that might review this segment, this is an article, and this is about what's taking place right now in Afghanistan, and it's an absolute atrocity. This should never have taken place under any American president, and it is a travesty that we've left Americans behind, and that's a fact. Biden can say that we contacted them 19 times. There were 20 to 30 checkpoints that Afghans and American citizens had to go through. The Biden administration literally gave, and we'll call them just the Taliban for the algorithm, literally gave the Taliban the ability to serve as security around the airport in Kabul. Okay, so they were helping us, quote unquote helping. That should never have taken place. They were quote unquote helping vet people and look at people's papers. That should never ever have taken place. Under the Doha Agreement with Trump, we were supposed to be out May 1st. We were supposed to have started evacuation in January, February, March, April, and May 1st we should have been already out. But here, Taliban is hunting Americans, says California mom to be left behind in Afghanistan. The American who just got married and said she is pregnant says she wonders if she will lose her life in Afghanistan. A pregnant woman named Nasria, a California native, flew to Afghanistan in June to visit family and get married. And by the way, just to let you know, this is how you know Democrats, morally superior, oftentimes apoplectic, liberal Democrats. This is how you know that the hypocrisy is and the narcissism is unbelievable. These are people of color, correct? These are people who perhaps have had to deal with issues pertaining to supremacy and all the theories that Democrats love to talk about. We have left them behind. We have left them in a war zone with a ruthless adversary that we armed, basically, with billions and billions in weaponry. So, what's going to happen to this woman? A California native, as of early September, she remained one of the estimated 100 to 200 Americans left behind in the chaotic withdrawal of U.S. forces, according to a report. Now that the U.S. military is gone, the Taliban is, quote, hunting Americans, she told Voice of America. What do you think these people are going to do, or could, God forbid, do to these Americans? This woman there should be a special envoy, or I don't want to say we cannot leave any American behind. And simply for the public relations, victory of, August 31st. Well, that was an arbitrary date that cost the lives of 13 American soldiers who shouldn't have lost their lives, and close to 200 Afghans who shouldn't have lost their lives because Biden wanted to spite Trump. This is a tragedy, a travesty, an atrocity, and zero outrage from Democrats. This is more important than the Texas bill, a lot more important, because you're leaving Americans behind, and God knows what can take place. There's one woman with 130 service rescue dogs. They didn't allow her in. She was holding a disabled puppy. This is according to the Washington Examiner, and it was on Yahoo News. So it's nobody's talking about this, or very few people. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. I appreciate your support. Yesterday we had a segment do extremely well. A live stream. I'll have a live stream today at around, let's say, probably around 6:30 p.m. Pacific. But ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you, if you want to read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, other publications, go to hagoodman.com. I have to tell you that. And if you want to support my voice, my Patreon is below. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe this is taking place. And this was not part of the Doha Agreement. In fact, if the Afghan government had fallen, almost certainly Pompeo and Trump wouldn't have simply just evacuated. We left 13 million rounds of 7.62 ammo for the AKs and other weaponry, and 13 million rounds. And then like 5 to 6 million of the 5.56. I read the congressional report the other day. We left Black Hawk helicopters, night vision goggles, armor, body armor, armored vehicles, aircraft. So all the Afghan military aircraft and everything that the Afghan military have, they have, plus the armament that we had there. So if there was any hope or dream of people within Afghanistan serving as an adversary to the Taliban, well, that's pretty much gone now. But most importantly, why do we have 100 to 200 Americans left behind? That's not acceptable. That's infinitely more important than anything Democrats are obsessing over now. What happened to all these theories about supremacy and equity? And is it equitable to be left behind? And Lord knows, God forbid, what's going to take place? Is it moral to leave anyone behind but a pregnant woman? A woman who stayed with 130 rescue dogs? I mean, I'm just saying, you look at the way Democrats have looked at supporters of President Trump, who wanted a reversal of U.S. foreign policy, which Trump was able to accomplish. It was Biden who messed up everything. And you look at the media coverage, and it's a lie by omission. They omit the truth. Or they omit stories that are detrimental to Democrats. And so you have a situation, ladies and gentlemen, where I'll keep reading. Quote, I think to myself, am I going to make it home? Am I going to end up living here? Am I going to end up losing my life here? What's going to happen? Nasria, 25, who asked to be referred to only by her first name for safety reasons, said, apparently there, the Taliban's going door to door, trying to see if anyone has a blue passport. Last week, Representative Darrell Issa, who has been working to rescue Americans remaining in Afghanistan, said during an appearance on Fox News that Nasria had been kicked in the stomach by these, I mean, it's like words can't describe by the Taliban fighters. Anyone who says there aren't people stranded is wrong. This woman has been kicked in the stomach, and she's pregnant by these people. And could you imagine if Trump had presided over this? This is the despicable hypocrisy. I mean, they cared more about Trump pressuring Zelensky. Biden's corrupt anyway. Everybody knows how corrupt him and his son are. It's like not even a comparison. They try to say that Trump had an assault on the rule of law. They haven't indicted or charged Trump for anything. You could definitely indict his son on a lot of things if you actually investigated and actually put two and two together. It's in his emails. It's like in his emails. But again, the American establishment, political establishment, is so far in the tank, so far gone in the tank for the Democratic Party. It's unbelievable. I don't think we've ever seen this before. An entire political establishment in the United States of America in the tank for one political side, and still half the country has enough common sense and critical thinking skills to ignore the media meltdown. You have these people who pride themselves on opposing Trump, but these are imbeciles who don't see beyond their little tribal matrix paradigm. They don't see beyond the media hype. They don't ask basic questions like, well, why hasn't Trump been indicted? Why have we left Americans behind? If the experts are always right, how come on every topic they prove to be wrong? And then they move the goalposts. So it was so hard to get on a flight. There were a couple of days where we had to sleep on streets. People were literally stepping over people. That's how bad it was. I mean, imagine you have tens of thousands of people and you're a pregnant woman there. Imagine. I've never in my life had to experience anything like this. It was like literally a movie scene. So God bless this woman. We should be doing something. Like, God bless this woman, Nasria, and her family. We should be doing something to get the 200 Americans out. I mean, People say this, like pundits say this all the time, and it's like whatever. But this spans beyond right or left. I think Democrats would agree. I think that people who don't like Trump would agree. We need to get these Americans out. You can't simply say that we called them 19 times. I don't know if cell phone service is that fantastic in Kabul, or the Wi-Fi network is working well. I don't know if like simply getting an email from the State Department when you have to go through 20 or 30 checkpoints, if that's logical. We've left Americans behind. They're being hunted down, and pregnant women are being kicked in the stomach. Okay? Yet zero outrage from the morally superior liberals who don't talk to friends, who disown friends. These people, like, you're talking about the biggest narcissists and most ignorant narcissists on the planet. Their ignorance makes them feel good. They look in the mirror and they say, oh, I'm so good. We oppose Trump. He's so polarizing. Trump didn't preside over this. Biden did. If we had gone with Trump, none of this would have happened, because the Doha Agreement said leave by May 1st. All the problems started after May 1st because we didn't abide by the agreement. And they let us know. They said all chaos and mayhem after May 1st. They actually said that in like April. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. So terrible. It is so terrible. It is so terrible. I can't tell you. I mean, it's unbelievable. And we've normalized this. They care more about Trump's personality than Americans left behind enemy lines, getting kicked in the stomach. And you have these people, like, it's just unbelievable. Give me your thoughts. Hit subscribe. Be here tonight for the live stream this evening, about 6:30 p.m. Pacific.